I am absolutely thrilled to have this one in my possession. Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Platine Prive. You know, I saw this one announced and immediately was just super excited. And it's no surprise. I love the entire line. The Eau de Parfum, the Extreme, Cologne, and Cool, which are non-existent now, but at one point they were out there and about, and you could buy them, and they're really, really good. Perfect for this time of year right now. And I just think they're all really good. You know, they're premium scents. They have a lot of quality. They're unique and different. And the almond accord that is used throughout all of them is really unique. And so each time a new one pops up, which isn't all that often compared to some other lines, but each time it does happen, I'm pumped up. And finally, I have this one in, and I can't wait to try it out on live here for the first time, and you guys can see my reaction. I'm just diving right in, and you guys know the drill by now with these first impressions. Each time a new release set comes out, I buy it at full retail so I can cover it here on the channel. And I'm not complaining. It's quite cool, but a little bit expensive. So here we go. L'Homme Ideal Platine Prive by Guerlain. Cool looking bottle on this one. Kind of has an opaque black look to it with a black cap and then a silver sticker on the front. Definitely going to stand out among all of your other bottles quite a bit, and all the other L'Homme Ideal bottles, that is. And yeah, you know, there aren't too many frills and fancy things about these, but the scent is what it's all about. So let's dive right in. Good atomizers on these too. Nice click-on cap. God, that's so nice already. You know, the almond is there right away, but it's fresh and creamy and kind of lemony, citrusy, fruity almost immediately. With a little bit of an interesting, I don't want to say if it's basil, but kind of an interesting herbal / aromatic texture that's underneath everything. So talking about it in layers, you have the almond kind of buried, you have this bright lemon and kind of fresh kick off the top, and then right underneath that layer is this kind of herbaceous, aromatic, interesting texture that I haven't smelled in really any of the others to the best of my memory. I would have to maybe revisit some of the others like Cool and Cologne, because this is exciting to me. When it comes to comparing this with the rest of the line, this is going to more so fit in with the fresher ones. Not necessarily Sport, but more so Cool and Cologne. And again, that's very exciting because those are discontinued and super hard to get now. And you know, oftentimes I find myself missing those fresh, creamy, bright ones for times of the year just like this. One thing I'm noticing instantly though is when I'm smelling it from afar, there's a little bit more of a mature kind of sophisticated feel to this that Cool and Cologne didn't have as much. So going back to the rest of the line, the Eau de Toilette even, the Eau de Parfum, the Extreme, all of those do have kind of a grown up and slightly mature kind of premium smell. I guess in one way or another Cologne did as well. But this one even more so than those other two fresher ones, to kind of make it settle into the rest of the line more, just kind of in that mature aspect. So let me whip out the note breakdown here real quick. I want to see. Up top we have grapefruit and bergamot. In the mid we have green almond and neroli. In the base, vetiver and musk. So that doesn't really answer my question in my head, which is, what is it that I'm smelling? Like, there is something in here. It's not the grapefruit or the bergamot or the neroli. I get those things separately, or the vetiver or the musk. There's something else that I just can't quite pinpoint, but I really like it though. And I think that's what's making this one so interesting. It's one of those deals where you smell it and there's something about it that's kind of intriguing and you can't quite figure it out. I noticed they're using green almond here, which is interesting. I'm not entirely sure, you know, what that would pertain to. I mean, I know it's a different type of almond accord. I would say that it maybe does give off a little bit of a less sweet and dusty, powdery almond, and just a little bit more of a fresher one to some extent, I guess is how you would describe it. So if we were to get out something like Cool, or Cologne rather, Let me see if I can do this without dropping some stuff. It's been a long time since I've sprayed this one. I usually don't. Try to save it because I don't have very much of it. I mean, I've got enough, but you know, I'm cheap. I am cheap, guys. I don't like wearing my old stuff all the time. Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I've smelled the cologne. Immediately, this is much fresher. It's been a while since I smelled that opening. It's great. More citrus off the top. The almond creaminess isn't coming in immediately on the cologne version, whereas with the Platine Prive version, it was hitting all that creamy almond a lot quicker. And again, the opening was still fresh, but it just kind of got into the meat and potatoes a little bit quicker. It's less bright and fresh right off the rip. And same thing with Cool. Cool had this really, really nice mint accord. And the bottle, if you haven't seen it, it kind of has a cool, kind of green, minty look to it. And so it very much is conducive of the scent itself. Why not? It gives me a chance to grab my bottle. Here it is. Looks really cool. I mean, it might not show on camera that well, but this is actually one of my favorite bottles of the line just because that nice mint green. It's very subtle, but it's just enough. And it really smells just like it looks. Minty and green with that nice creamy almond all the way through. It's an amazing one. I miss Cool almost more than cologne. However, now that this one has hit the market, and this is something that you guys can consume as well, like everybody can, assuming you want to spend the money, these are a different story. It's not a money thing, it's just you can't find them thing. This is one where now it is available, you have the option to be able to get it, and so that's exciting because it's essentially filling the void of what those others are you know, no longer filling because they're not around. This is kind of just doing that. And it's not combining those two because, again, there's no mintiness. There's not really a green type of thing out of this one, even though there's a green almond. It's just not that same type of way. It does have a really nice aromatic base and a really nice kind of herbaceousness with the citrusy, creamy notes as well, to where it's just kind of filling that void in a way where, to me, even after owning those two, it's not redundant. And I think that's important because when they're releasing these, I guess, limited editions or just things where whether or not they're supposed to be limited, if they're going into the idea with it being limited or not, they are. And so assuming that they have loyal followings who are going to continue to purchase every release, there's not redundancy between any of these. And I really, really like this. I am excited about this because now I can finally feature a fresher Guerlain in my lists. Had this been released a couple months ago, without a doubt, it would have made my top 10 spring video. This is going to work its way maybe into some other spring videos. Spring's coming to an end. Maybe summer evening. This would be great for summer evenings when the sun has gone down. You start to get a little bit of chill in the air, a little bit of a breeze. I think this would be super nice to pull off. Has a little bit of a sexiness to it. You know, you can kind of stretch it a little bit when it's you know, nighttime in the summer. You don't have to just go straight aquatics and brightness all the time. You can get into some stuff like this. And I think I could see it working great for that. If you're looking for a nice summer wedding scent, this would be legitimately perfect. You know, you don't want to distract from the main event unless you're the one getting married, but if you're attending weddings, you don't want to distract from the main event. You don't want to wear something that's going to be super loud and obnoxious and your, you know, super sweet style scents. I don't think that's the move. Of course, you want to wear something. There's nothing wrong with that. This is the type of thing that would smell perfect when you're dressed up, going to a nice situation, nice occasion, out for a nice dinner. That sort of thing. Absolutely gorgeous. It's filling a much missed void of the Guerlain L'Homme line and a much needed one as well here to me. And I'm super excited that this came out. I will definitely say, very misleading. You know, I saw the picture of this when it was first announced. I didn't look at the note breakdown at that time. I don't know if it was available or not actually to look at. I was not expecting anything like this. I was thinking incense, smokes, booze, sweetness, anything aside from this. So definitely, you know, very confusing presentation. That's it, guys. If you want a little bit more of a mature and refined take even on Ideal, Cool, and Cologne, but you still want that freshness that those used to have, this is it. This is worth it. If you are a fan of the Guerlain L'Homme Ideal line, this is a must-have. It's going to be a little bit hard to get right now at below retail. Once this one does become available, I will send out an email to my mailing list. Hit the first link down below and get signed up, because once this one does pop into discounters, it's going to go quick. You don't want to miss it. First link, get signed up. I will get you taken care of, I promise, once this one comes into stock. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.